Welcome back to the Takeout. Former Google executive Hector Mujica was seeking to fill the Florida Senate seat left by Marco Rubio in this November special election, but the Democrat has since dropped out and declared his candidacy for the state's 28th congressional district. Hector Mujica joins us now, and thanks so much for being with us. I really want to start off with this news of day here and the resignation of your fellow South Floridian Sheila Sherfilis McCormick. What are your thoughts on her decision to step down today?
Listen, I think it's definitely a serious situation. At the end of the day, accountability matters. And when there are credible allegations, especially those involving the misuse of public funds, people expect consequences. And I think stepping down was the right decision for the institution and for her constituents.
Turning to your own race now, tell us a little bit more about why you made this switch, not running for Senate, now running for the House, and what makes you confident that you can flip this seat since it's solidly Republican.
Yeah, listen, I made this decision because leadership requires honesty. And the reality is that Florida's 28th congressional district gives us a clear path to victory and a clearer path to actually delivering for the people of South Florida. This isn't a step back, this is a step towards impact. And right now, we are polling within the margin of error, which I think tells you a lot about the frustration that people are feeling in this congressional district. I think somewhere along the way, too many people started treating parts of Florida like they were not worth fighting for. And I reject that outright. This district is about 75% Hispanic, is deeply working class. It is focused on the basics, jobs, cost, safety, and opportunity. And right now, this campaign, this race against Carlos Jimenez is essentially a statistical tie. And that tells you that people are ready for change in this district.
And speaking of change, I want to talk to you about some of your domestic proposals. You have, for instance, suggested eliminating federal income taxes for households making under $150,000 a year. Last night on this program, we spoke to Georgia gubernatorial candidate Keisha Lance Bottoms, who proposed something similar for teachers. So, are these types of proposals a direct response to the president's no tax on tips or overtime?
Listen, I think these type of proposals are a direct response to the frustration that people in Florida are feeling right now, and people around the country are feeling right now. In Florida, the average home price has jumped from about $250,000 before the pandemic to around $375,000 today. That tells you that right now people in Florida are feeling strained by the cost of living. People in Florida are feeling like they cannot keep up with the cost of healthcare, the cost of housing, the cost of groceries. And that's why my campaign is focused on three things: lowering costs, expanding opportunity, and restoring trust. Because right now, too many people are living one hit away from going under. And if you're living like that, that's not freedom, that's fragility. And I believe we need an economy with strong floors and no ceilings where families can count on the basics and still have a real shot at getting ahead.
I also want to turn to foreign policy. I know that you are Venezuelan American, and I want to just get your thoughts on the U.S.'s capture of Nicolas Maduro a few months back. Do you think the Trump administration did the right thing?
Listen, I think we all have to have the discipline and the agility to hold multiple truths at once. And I very much believe that the capturing of Nicolas Maduro, the world is a better place. The hemisphere is a safer place without Nicolas Maduro at the helm of Venezuela. But you remove the head of the snake, but you left the poison, right? And we often talk about, hey, if you're cutting down a weed, but you're leaving the roots, that weed is going to grow right back. And this is something that's near and dear for me. This is really, really personal. I've seen what happens when democracy erodes, and we should be clear-eyed that the authoritarian regime in Venezuela and also in Cuba, they both have failed their people. But we also have to be smart. And what's happening right now is not quite a democratic transition. We took one dictator out, we replaced it with another dictator proxy, and we have left a lot of the same leadership that was in place for the Cartel de los Soles, for a lot of the narco state that we claimed was in place. That was the reasoning and the logic behind taking out Nicolas Maduro. Well, right now there's an extension of that same cartel running the country of Venezuela, and we need to keep up the pressure and moving in a direction of true democracy for the people of Venezuela.
All right, Hector Mujica joining us tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.